In the wild, baboons and lions do not often rival each other, but when having the opportunity, they are willing to kill them. However, the male baboon in this clip does the opposite. He captures the lion cub and takes care of the baby like his own child. These images were taken by Kruger Park's tour executive director. The male baboon held the lion cub and climbed the tree as if the young was his offspring. Mr. Kurt Schultz, the operator of Kurt's Safari, has told a very unbelievable story. As he passed the troop of baboons, he noticed that they seemed very excited. His group at that time was also observing the baboons and noticed a lion cub in the crowd of the baboons. With a closer look, they found the cub being held in the arm by a male baboon. At first, they all thought the lion was dead, but when the baboon crossed the road, climbed a tree and started grooming the little animal, then they knew that the lion was still alive. That strange scene has made many people think of the image of Safiki Baboon raising the newborn Simba lion in the air in the cartoon The Lion King. The only thing of this scene in real life which differs from the movie scene is that it lacks a Disney-sounding song and the cinematic angle of rotation like in the cartoon. Returning to the video, let's find out interesting facts why baboons like to kidnap their enemies' cubs. The Lion King is one of the most classic Disney cartoons that have been associated with generations of global children. Released in 1994, this film has continuously achieved great success, becoming an immortal monument in the world of cartoons. The 3D version was also released by Disney in July 2019, continuing to hit the big screen and become the highest-grossing cartoons in Disney history. Either way, one of the most memorable scenes of The Lion King is when the Rafiki baboon, acting as King Mufasa's strategist, lifts the Simba newborn lion to the air and shows off to the all animals in the bright lands. This seemingly fictional image turned out to be completely real, happening at the Kurt Safari ecotourism destination, Kruger National Park in South Africa. Specifically, Mr. Kurt Schultz, the operator of Kurt Safari, happened to come across the image of a male baboon hugging a young lion and swinging from branch to branch, determined not to let go. He was amazed at his act and stated that he had never caught a more interesting image than that scene in his 20 years being a guide. Although the male baboon is quite clumsy and careless, he keeps hugging and protecting the young lion as if the child is his own child, Mr. Kurt Schultz said. He also emphasized that the weather that morning was also quite hot, making the lion seem exhausted from dehydration and unable to move on his own. Primates, including baboons in the Kurt Safari, are still regularly loitering around lions and leopard resting areas, Kurt said. Therefore, it is very likely that this baboon was watching when the mother lion went hunting to steal the young lion, but it is not clear yet why it does that. Not only being interested in taking care of the lion's cubs, the baboons also steal leopard's cubs. Such is the case in which we will talk later. A baboon hugged the small leopard in his arm and even groomed it. Kurt and a group of tourists caught a troop of baboons while driving on a dirt road in the safari. The baboons were moving in the opposite direction and they slowly drove past. When reaching the bend, the group saw the last member of the baboon troop, a young male, standing alone about 10 meters away from the car, holding something tightly in his arms. Within seconds, the baboon lifted something in his hands, and we were all amazed to find it's a little leopard, Wood said. Initially, he and the tour guide thought that the leopard was dead and the baboon just picked it up, or that the male was also related to the death of a small animal. However, after a few seconds of observation, they realized the leopard is still alive. The group of tourists hopes the baboons will lose interest and leave the leopard so that it has a fragile chance to see her mother again. However, the kidnapper is still very fond of the small animal. The baboon sits and hugs the leopard, sometimes looks down, checks, and even grooms it. Though a bit clumsy, the baboon is quite gentle and doesn't seem to harm the leopard cub. In the end, the kidnapper took the small animal on his arm and ran after the herd, disappearing from the sight of the tourists. So, why do baboons kidnap lions cubs or even leopard cubs? Do not leave the video, but please watch the full video to join us in analyzing this issue. There are two conflicting opinions about why baboons like to kidnap lions and leopard cubs. The first opinion that people give after watching the video is that baboons also have a love for small and cute animals like humans. Humans often give love to the pet and take care of them. Caring for a little animal makes people happier and like having a new friend. Perhaps the same is true of baboons. Maybe the baboon finds that the lion or the leopard cub is very cute. Therefore, he has stolen the cub to raise without knowing that his actions will harm the small animal. It's clear why people think so. There is a very convincing evidence to support this idea. That is, the baboon's cuddling gestures such as hugging and grooming the small animal, and people didn't see any baboon behavior that would harm the cub. There is a comment that said, "This is how our ancestors adopted their first cat millions of years ago." Or, "He was just doing Disney movie impression. He should have raised him in the air like Simba." However, the second opinion is the exact opposite and sounds cruel and often comes from the realistic persons. In The Lion King, Rafiki appears to be a wise, gentle strategist and extremely considerate of Simba's safety. However, life is not like a movie. The reality is a bit more cruel than what we see on the small screen. Kurt shared that, not sure the baboon took care of the lion like in the movie. On the contrary, he has heard that sometimes these baboons even kill the booty. Besides, baboons also often move in troops in large numbers and have the advantage of climbing on trees, so the ability of the lion mother to successfully save the child is extremely low. Many opinions said that the baboon kidnapping the lion or the leopard cub is not to play the mother and try to game, but everything is much more cruel. It is the punishment for the lion as well as the leopard family. Lion eats baboon is true, and it is almost impossible for primates to defeat such a powerful predator. So, how can baboons secure themselves in a less risky way? They have devised an evil plan that they kidnap the enemy's children and then kill them to eliminate the danger in the future. Not having a mature lion means no lunch made from baboons. It sounds cruel, but it makes sense if we consider survival. Certainly, as these cubs grow up, they will see baboons as a nutritious lunch. And the baboon grooming and cuddling the lion is probably because he plays with food before enjoying a creepy lunch. He found the lion cub and is now messing with it till he or all the baboons kill it. They don't tolerate predators and will take any chance to kill a lion cub or any other predator's baby. Animals in the wild do not adopt other species, at least not for long. They can easily sense their own kind or not by smell. I see the poor lion cub being taken as a toy for now. Things may change very quickly when the baboon becomes hungry. Only hope the cub didn't suffer for long. Poor little thing. The two lines of thoughts are completely opposite, right? Whatever the reason, the young lion is still being cared for, but it is also experiencing an unpleasant feeling. Those are the reasons that we synthesized to explain why baboons steal lion cubs for adoption. So, in your opinion, why does baboon have such actions with the lion cub? Does he want to cuddle a small animal or just play with food and then kill it to destroy the new generation of adult lions? Please state your opinion in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to help us have more interesting videos. Thank you for watching.